are able to understand the assimilation of energies, when the ninth house lord gets conjunct with different planets, then you may be able to truly gauge the biggest coming together of energies for the best gains in your life. Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. As we have promised on this particular channel that we will give you the biggest contributions to astrology through different combinations that we give you. For example, we have done the number of placements for each of the house lords. For example, we have done house lords placed in different houses, house lords placed in different signs, house lord placed in conjunctions with other house lords conjunct with different planets, house lords placed in different nakshatras. So there are a number of combinations, permutations we have already given you. In this light, today's video, that of the ninth house lord conjunct with different planets. We have already done ninth house lord in different houses, ninth house lord conjunct with other house lords, ninth house lord placed in different signs, ninth house lord placed in different nakshatras. Today we are doing ninth house lord conjunct with different planets. So before we jump ahead and look at the combinations that the ninth house lord can throw up with different planets, firstly a request to you. I am doing this request after many videos. Please like and share my videos, especially that of Astro Assurance, because if you like a video, then YouTube also helps promote that video further, and because you are liking it, maybe you are sharing it, and that then gets also promoted further. New people who may not have access to this channel, who have not had visibility to this channel, may also be able to see this particular channel and the videos, and also be able to accrue gains from it. And if you are responsible through your liking and appreciating a video or sharing a video or pressing the bell for the notification, then you are indirectly also helping somebody else also solve their problems, their challenges in life. You gain good karma. So why waste the opportunity of gaining good karma? When you say thanks to somebody who have also done something for you, even a small thing, then because of you being grateful, you will also gain good karma. A person who is grateful to others will also attract the better gains of Shani rather than the wrath of Shani. So you know that to be able to gain better karma, to be able to get better results and to help others, please like this video, share this video, and please press the bell notification so that you get to know when my new videos are coming, so that you can see those also. You don't miss any video which could be of serious consequence to you from the learning that you get. Having said that, and before we jump into the results of ninth house lord conjunct with different planets, firstly let's understand what the ninth house lord means. The ninth house represents a number of factors in your life. Right from the ninth house lord being the biggest house of gains, it is also the house of your father, or represents the father, or is the karaka of father. It is also the karaka of your learning, your higher learning, your experiential learning, what you learn from the different situations you face in life. It is also the house of long distance travel. This is also the house of dealing with different cultures, meeting different kinds of people, interacting with and experiencing different cultures, being able to get to know at a deeper level matters of faith, matters of belief, matters of spirituality as well. And this is also a strong house of you being able to gauge from the experiences of life, higher learning from the life, and also being able to share that learning by yourself turning out to be a guru also. So the biggest house of gains that comes through the ninth house. This is also a house of your second marriage, second formal relationship. This is also a house being the 8th to the 2nd house of the transformation in your earning, in your remuneration, in your livelihood. So there are a number of placements or results that you can be able to see from the ninth house. So when the ninth house lord gets conjunct with other planets, it will also bring a certain flavor to what are the results that the ninth house is throwing at you. So without much ado, let's jump in and see how the ninth house lord, when it gets conjunct with different planets, what kind of results, what kind of possibilities that conjunction throws at us. So when the ninth house lord, the house of higher learning, your qualifications, your ability to deal with different kinds of people from different cultures, also the house of long distance travel, of gurus, of you yourself being able to showcase or demonstrate your competency. So when it gets conjunct with the planetary energy of the sun, so yeah, the conjunction denotes that you need to be able to take high authority, or the zodiac is giving you the ability to be able to showcase or demonstrate higher authority, higher accountability in your own learning, in your ability to learn from your own choices that you make, and from those choices, from the leadership that you take for your learning, then you will be able to also gain higher, then you will also be able to get better gains from that conjunction, better gains from the synergy of energy. So if you take ownership in your higher learning, if you are able to showcase higher responsibility in your ability to deal with other people, with ability to deal with different cultures, then you will also be able to shine, because that's what the sun is. Sun is about how you are able to shine when you take responsibility and accountability. So your ability to shine through your educational qualifications, through your experiences, through your ability to be able to learn more, and through that being able to gains is also given to you. And this is also a very strong placement where you are also able to get a lot of respect from your ability to learn, from your ability to also gain a lot of qualification also. Because this is also a strong placement of getting connected with father, this is also a good placement of gaining from father, gaining from your gurus, gaining from your teachers also. And through that gaining, through that closeness, through what you are able to learn from them, you also are able to shine as a guru, as a person of competence, as a person of expertise also in working in teams, in working in organization, generally in life. This is also a strong placement where the conscience, or being very more conscientious, because the ninth house is also the house of faith and belief. So when the ninth house lord gets conjunct with sun, it's an ability to shine in all the matters of the ninth house, including education, including learning from your experiences, including in spirituality, including going to foreign lands, going to long distance away from your birthplace, and then shining and also being able to do better, as long as you are taking the accountability and the responsibility for your own result that you are gaining in life. But sometimes this can also make you a little arrogant about your learning, your expertise, or your being a guru, and you may also sometimes put people down who themselves are not as good in the subject or as competent in the subject as you are. So you need to be careful that the flip side of the sun's energy does not get or does not influence the energies of the ninth house, where it's a very, very spiritual energy, very, very calming energy, very, very gain-bringing energy. So use this energy well to be able to shine in the matters of the ninth house. Now, when the ninth house lord gets conjunct with the planet Mercury, the planet of practicality, logic, analysis, decision-making, communication, perfection, completeness, and so on. So yeah, the ninth house lord coming together with the energy of Mercury means that you are somebody who's very analytical about the choices you make in life, specifically connected to the ninth house results. So this is a person who may be very practical of what they want to learn, how they learn, where they learn from, and what they will eventually do with that learning. So this is a very logical, very practical approach to learning, through skill building, and through being able to apply that learning to be able to make gains. So a person usually with Mercury in the ninth house is a person who is also very thought through in how they will be selecting the learning, selecting the courses that they will do, selecting the institutes from where they will learn, and sometimes they can also be little analytical of their teachers also. So a person who will apply a lot of practical logic to their learning and will not choose a subject purely because of financial reason is this placement. A person who will also be able to apply a lot of their logic, their intellect, to be able to also assimilate information from different quarters and to be able to make better sense after learning from different quarters, after being able to use different avenues of learning. So a person who wants to do better in IT, for example, that person may also get competency through various sources, and then to be able to assimilate all that knowledge to be able to then apply in a very unified, in a very organized manner. This is also a person who will use the data, who will also use information and their intellect to be able to apply their skills, apply their learning. And so usually this is a person who can get a lot of different certifications, a lot of different higher qualifications, varied qualifications also to be able to do very well. So usually such people can also be people who may have learning connected to finances, or connected to IT, or getting connected to business, also getting connected to education itself, getting higher degree of competence, higher degree of expertise, then may be able to teach others also. So a very, very strong placement of good learning, higher learning also, and being able to use that learning practically, logically also. This person can also be a little analytical about other people and other cultures also, but at the same time can also be very liberal. However, because of Mercury energies involved, this person can also be a little critiquing when the learning is not going the way they want, when the teachers are not teaching the way they want, and how they are able to apply the skills of the learning is not going to their satisfaction. Overall, a fantastic placement where the 9th house lord of gains is getting connected to your intellect, connected to your competence, connected to your education, even higher learning, higher education. If you are able to use these energies well, so it's a good assimilation that you will be able to make the best gains through a very practical, logical, and a very complete approach towards learning, complete approach to be able to get the benefits from your higher learning, from your higher gains as well. Now when the 9th house lord is conjunct with Venus, so here all the matters of the 9th house lord are getting assimilated with the Venusian energies, with the energies of Venus. So here a person can also find romance through education, or through an educational institute, or while learning, or in some way getting connected to a romantic liaison through the education, through their institute of learning also. Sometimes even in long distance travel, when you're going to learn something, going for a workshop, you may also run into somebody who you may be at least getting attracted to also. The flip side to this is, if Venus is not very well placed, I've also seen people going to workshops and then getting connected to somebody, and then also running into a one night stand, and then getting that influence back in their relationship, maybe getting it back into their work also. So this is a slightly dangerous energy if you don't know how to handle it very well. The 9th house is the house of gains. Venus is an energy which is coming through financial aspect also, and relationship also aspect as well, but intimacy related aspect also. So this is an energy you need to be able to handle better, because the 9th house is also the house of natural house of Jupiter. Venus being the opposite guru to Jupiter, so Venus will not give you the best of results as long as your ethical and morals are not strong. But on the other hand, this is a strong placement where the best nourishment comes to you through your learning. The best luck comes to you through your ability to be able to learn, getting higher qualification, or even learning from your experiences. This can also be a person who can also be very spiritual, and sometimes this person can also be getting connected to having a higher faith or belief in the female deities, or the deities which are opposite to their own genders. Usually this can also give you a partner who's very, very attractive, a partner who's also very qualified, very competent, and the partner also brings you luck in your own finances. A lot of material gains also come to you, because the 9th house is the house of gains, through your romantic connection or through your relationship also, as long as you treat the relationship very well. So a person who, through their ability to be able to connect with the opposite gender, or the softer aspects of education, or being able to deal with the artistic denotations of education. So usually this person can also learn some artistic ability, may also be able to use that ability sometimes to be able to bring it to their gains in their career as well, because they are very good at presenting, very good at singing, maybe very good at some artistic ability to be able to bring that art into their work. This is also very good where the person is very balanced in their relationship. This is also a placement where the person will work very well with the opposite gender. and through that being able to get a lot of good gains also. People who may also be people who are highly qualified in the kitchen, or learning to be chefs, or learning in some way getting connected to food, or getting connected to IT, or getting connected to finance also. So overall, a very strong placement of materialistic gains coming to you through your education, through your qualification, and also finding the better partner, finding better friends, finding good company through your ability to learn, through your ability to be able to connect with people from different cultures. To some extent, sometimes the partner may also come from a different culture, may also come from a different ethnicity with this placement. Now when the 9th house lord is conjunct with the moon, so here all the attributes of the 9th house are getting connected to or being influenced with the moon's energy, or moon's attributes, the moon's personality, the moon's characteristic. So your learning, your qualification, your ability to learn through experiences, long distance travel, dealing with other people or people from different cultures, all is getting connected to the moon's energies, the moon's characteristic. So usually this is the person who will be very attached to what learning they are getting, and only when they are attached to something will they follow or pursue that particular education, pursue that particular learning. So if you don't find something of high value add, if you don't find a learning or an education qualification which can truly be supportive of what you want to do, or you're not attached to that learning, you don't like it, maybe you're not in love with that particular area or the topic, other than that, if you're not able to do that, then you may not be able to strongly connect to the learning. If you're able to do that, then you'll find that you will be able to excel and do better than almost everybody else, because you're very strongly attached to that topic, you're very strongly attached to the learning. Sometimes people are also very emotionally attached to a certain attribute of life, so they want to go and get qualification in that area. So it is like somebody wants to truly help the mankind, so they want to do something in the healthcare, so they want to become doctors, or they want to come out with something very creative, very innovative, so they want to follow, say for example, engineering or high precision technology, and then they go into that particular learning. And then there will also be somebody who's completely devoted, who will be completely engrossed in their learning, and there will be somebody who's all heart and soul will go into the learning, and then they will be able to very conscientiously also be able to use that learning, be able to apply the learning. So overall, a strong placement where you are able to get the highest qualification through a very innovative, very creative, very connected, very attached energies to be able to assimilate that learning and then to be able to make gains. This is also a strong placement where you may find that you will have one teacher, one guru who can also become a very motherly figure, or even a fatherly figure, but that person will be somebody who may also care a lot for you, can be very supportive for you. And sometimes you can also get attached to teachers, or get emotionally attached to, or ask for a succor from, or ask for support from one teacher, or maybe from one faculty also. So you need to be really careful that you don't overly be dependent on somebody emotionally, because this can also bring emotional challenges to you if that energy is not very strong. On the flip side, you may end up becoming needing too attention from your teachers, needing too much pampering from your teachers. A moon is not strongly placed. But on the whole, somebody who will be most peaceful when they are learning, most harmonious when they are able to use or apply their learning, and they are able to show their creativity through their learning, through their higher knowledge, through their higher spirituality also, and through that being able to give back maximum to the society, contribute maximum to the society. So overall, a good energy where you are being able to use your higher learning, higher qualifications, strongly attached to what your true values, your principles are, and what brings you the most peace, which brings you the most happiness, satisfaction, and then using and assimilating that energy to be able to bring the most innovation, the most creativity in your work, in your competence, and then to be one of the most contributing factors, and through that being able to get the highest gains also. So if you have moon conjunct with the 9th house, look also at which house they get conjunct in, because that flavor will also come in the overall energies, overall assimilation, overall results of the 9th house lord getting conjunct with the moon. Now when the 9th house lord is conjunct with Mars, this is a person who will have a lot of dynamism in the matters related to the 9th house. So this is a person who may sometimes be very connected to or feel that they are very attached to that particular learning or that particular teaching or particular topic or that particular attribute of life. So they may want to learn a lot. They may also find themselves very energetic while they are learning, and they are completely engrossed in their learning, and while they are learning they don't want themselves to be defocused in any manner. So a lot of dynamism in that energy. However, sometimes these people may rush into some degree, some education, some topic only to then very easily get bored with it. So sometimes this can also make somebody get not one but 2 or 3 different types of degrees. So the person may get a higher qualification in one, get certifications in one, and end up doing something else also. So usually a person who has a varied qualification, a varied resume also, especially where it gets connected to different types of learning also. These people can also sometimes go to different kinds of educational institutes also. And they may also be somebody who may also be very aggressive in their learning, or they want to learn aggressively or be very involved in their learning. Sometimes they may also get into challenges or trouble at their institutes of learning or with somebody at their institutes of learning. Sometimes with their own gurus also. And sometimes because of getting into this trouble, they may also have this withdrawal symptoms, sometimes wanting to let go of the education and follow something else. So a person who has high energy, a very fighting spirit, if they get into education qualification which they like, they will be the people who will be able to learn the best and to be able to gain the best. This is also a person who wants to travel a lot, who wants to go to different places, maybe go abroad also, and get connected to different kinds of people. But one of the best placements of Mars getting conjunct with the 9th house is that this person will bring in a lot of problem solving ability through their learning and to be able to apply their learning. Usually these people with 9th house Lord conjunct with Mars end up going at least to the middle management, if not higher, and these people sometimes become the biggest troubleshooters for the organization also. As long as you don't run into trouble with your bosses, as long as you don't run into trouble with the gurus, as long as you don't run into trouble with your father or father figure, this is an excellent placement to be able to get one of the best gains through your ability to be able to have the fighting spirit, the dynamism, the attachment, and the problem solving spirit that Mars conjunct with the 9th house gives you. Now when the 9th house Lord is conjunct with Jupiter, this is a very strong placement because Jupiter also is the natural ruler of the 9th house through the Kalpurush Kundli. So this is a very good placement where a very high gains are coming to you, very high wisdom is coming to you in your learning or through your learning. So this is a very good placement where the zodiac is rewarding you with a lot of learning, with a lot of opportunities to learn also and to get one of the best results. So this is a person who may start off slowly, thinking hard, what do I get into, what kind of learning should I get, what kind of competence should I get, where should I go to learn, which institutes should I go to learn, and after a lot of thoroughness the person may pick out where to learn, where to go. And usually the gurus may attract them more than just the topic or the area. So they not only want to learn that area which they want to get the expertise, but they also may want to go to an institute where they know the gurus will be very competent and they will have a high degree of opportunity of learning from them. And so they pick their learning with a lot of wisdom, and they also pick where they will apply their learning also with a lot of thought through action, thought through approach also. So usually people who are very positive and have a strong faith and belief in their learning, in the topic, also in their gurus, usually the people who also get a lot of wisdom from senior people, from fatherly figures, and even maybe father. So sometimes they may also go in the footsteps or follow in the footsteps of the father, doing the same thing or going into the same line as well. On the flip side, sometimes with this placement, 9th house Lord conjunct with Jupiter, these people can also become a little like a bicycle and not show that dynamism, that energy, say for example when Mars is conjunct with the 9th house, may be able to show. However, these people can also bring in a lot of fun to their learning, and they want to learn through fun methods while being very attached to and being also very focused on their learning. And so usually these people end up getting the highest degree of qualification. They may not only do the graduation, they may also do their masters, sometimes they may also do their PhD, or they may have a variety of learning, and they may also go to a lot of workshops and do a lot of certifications as well. So overall a very good placement where the person may be able to get very high qualification, a person who may also be very spiritual in their faith and belief, somebody who is able to get a lot of gains from their learning, somebody who also be able to connect with their teachers. One of the best placement to be able to connect with your teachers, with their gurus, and then yourself come across as a guru of very high integrity, of very high wisdom as well. So as long as you are able to use this energy well, wherever this conjunction occurs, you are able to understand that particular combination well, then one of the best placement to be able to get the best gains when the 9th house lord gets conjunct with Jupiter. Now when the 9th house lord is conjunct with Saturn, this is a strong placement where the learning is not easy initially, where the person has to apply themselves a lot, has to bring in a lot of discipline, has to bring in a lot of commitment and a lot of hard work to be able to get the education. So usually these are the people who, sometimes these people are not very intelligent or super intelligent, but with the sheer degree of hard work and commitment, they are able to get high degrees. Usually sometimes it may also be that they may also have a break in their education. If Saturn is not well placed and Saturn is under some affliction, the education may also be slow. Sometimes they have to change one or two different educational universities also, or educational institutes also, before the learning comes to them. And usually from one, say for example, from graduation to masters there may be a gap, or from masters to PhD may be a gap, or after they do their masters to be able to get higher competence through higher certification, there may be also a gap. So usually these people end up learning over a period of time and then showcase high competence also. However, being somebody is very disciplined, very hardworking, very dedicated, they bring in a certain structure to their learning. So people who will be putting a lot of effort to be able to assimilate different kinds of learning, working very hard, collecting information from different avenues, being able to connect or try to connect with different kinds of teachers or gurus, and then through their hard work being able to get the highest competency. These are also the people who like to go abroad, or who want to go to institutes in different parts of the world, but sometimes because of Saturn being conjunct, the opportunity doesn't come easy to them, and sometimes they have to struggle to get into the best institutes, and to struggle to get high marks also, and also struggle to be able to apply their learning, even if they are very qualified, apply their learning to get the best gains. So all the results of the 9th house usually seem to be coming slow to them. The ability to deal with different types of cultures, the ability to work with different kinds of bosses or teachers or gurus, all are slow. However, Saturn getting conjunct with the 9th house lord means these are one of the best placements for long-term stability, through being able to get your best gains from your higher learning, from how you are able to apply your competence and then be able to truly showcase your competence to get the best gains. So people who have high degree of competence and who have risen through the ranks through lot of experiential learning also that they bring to their work, through their ability to work with different people and to the organization and to the department. So usually these people will rise slowly through the rank, but once they get to high placements, high designation, very rarely would you be able to move these people away from those placements, from those designations, from those roles. They will eventually rise even higher. Where slow and steady wins the race, but you get to the highest excellence to sheer hard work and your ability to apply your learning and your competence. People who will end up as the CEOs, maybe as the managing directors of organizations, because of not only having the learning or the competence, but having spent decades in the particular realm, decades in the particular industry, and through that being able to get the highest gains from their learning, from their workshops, from their certifications, from their higher learning. So one of the best placement for slow over a period of time gains coming to you, but the most stable gains come to you when the 9th house lord gets conjunct with Saturn. When the 9th house lord is conjunct with Rahu, this is an excellent placement in today's times. This gives you an ability to be able to get wide variety of educational qualification and learning. This is an energy where Rahu opens up the doors for you to learn from different avenues, from different kinds of people, from different institutes, from different regions of the world, and even foreign qualification, or traveling to foreign lands and getting their qualification. However, sometimes these people may start off with something different and end up with something different. And usually the ability to choose certain degree of topics or areas for expertise may also be very thought through. They may also look at which is the area which can be a breakthrough area for me, or I can apply the learning in a different manner. Or even if I'm learning a run-of-the-mill some education qualification, how will I be able to put this education, this competence to use with more creativity, with more innovation, so that I can make a difference to what I bring to the table. So usually somebody who will not only be able to get a lot of strong learning through innovation, through creativity, how they learn and where they learn from or who they learn from. And these people are also able to apply their learning for more material gains also. However, these are also the people who may be able to learn from different kinds of gurus spread around the world. They will reach out. They will also be somebody who will also take the initiative, reach out to different people, reach out. A lot of this learning may also be on the internet, may also be on the social media or connected to IT. So usually these people may have either an engineering qualification or IT related qualification, or they may also choose that vocation, that learning, which is an upcoming, a breakthrough, or new kind of approach to learning, a new way to learn, also a new way to apply your competence also. Usually these people may also get connected to somebody at work who may not come from their own ethnicity also. A person who may also not believe so much, their faith and belief may not so much be in God, or their spirituality may not be very high at a theology level, at a religion level, but more of humanity. Many times they may not be a believing person also, or they may believe in a different religions also, or at least they may have read about a different kinds of faith and belief also before choosing whether they want to really be religious, whether they want to be spiritual, or they want to not follow anything but truly be humanistic. On the flip side, somebody who can also be a little impatient if their learning is not giving them immediate gains. So one has to be really careful if the 9th house lord is conjunct with Rahu to bid their time, to be ready to be able to play their time and to be able to be patient, because this can be one of the placements where very strong gains can come to you after you have put in enough effort, after you have been enough innovative, and after you have also been patient, but also been very tactful how you apply the learning, how you are able to work with different people to be able to get the best results. If you are able to do that, then Rahu will reward you in every possible way. High degree of certification, lot of assets, lot of money in the bank, also getting a lot of accolades through how you are able to apply your competence, and you may also be able to leave a strong legacy where you have been able to give back much more through your innovative, through your creative means as well. So if you have 9th house lord conjunct with Rahu, the world can be at your feet as long as you are able to use this energy more intelligently rather than cleverly. When the 9th house lord is conjunct with Ketu, this is a placement where the zodiac is telling you that the learning that you will accrue is more for societal gains, to give back to society, to contribute more for society. Because Ketu, whenever it gets conjunct with any house lord, it tells you that you have already been there, done that, you have already got the gains of that particular energy earlier. So this particular innings for you is to be able to contribute, to give, to be charitable. If you are doing that, then the zodiac says that then I will reward you much more than your earlier innings also. So when the 9th house lord is conjunct with Ketu, usually you may start off slow, you may feel a little lost also, what education qualification to do, what not to do, what institutes to go. Or on the flip side, even if you are a great student, you are a brilliant student, you are able to choose your vocation or your line very easily, your stream very easily, able to get admission in very good institute also. However, you will find that the gains that you would want to accrue from that learning, from that competence, from applying the learning may not be to your advantage or to your satisfaction, or from a material point of view may not give you that kind of satisfaction, that kind of gain, at least at the start. So this is a placement where you learn, you also may get different kinds of competence of learning, but the gains come to you over a period of time, slowly, only when you have contributed and you have also bid your time, you have been patient and waited, so that the contribution that you made will give you back good results over a period of time. Sometimes it comes very late also. This is also placement where many times people may do one educational qualification but may get into some other vocation, or they may do an educational qualification but may get into business. Many a time they may not be directly connected or connecting the education qualification with the work that they end up doing or the role that they end up doing. Sometimes these people can also not be in the limelight at learning. So usually these people don't get very high accolades through their learning or through their institutes or even at their work. Even while being able to be very competent and apply their learning even for betterment of their department, betterment of the organization, betterment for the projects also, yet the appreciation that they should be able to get because of being able to apply their competence comes slow to them, or sometimes comes rarely to them. So if you're ready to bid your time, if you're patient and you keep learning and you keep applying your learning and you keep applying your competence, over a period of time you will see that slowly people will start appreciate you more, people will come to you more. You may end up becoming the troubleshooter for people or the problem solver for people, and then usually you end up as somebody who is one of the best gurus, even better than when Jupiter is conjunct with the 9th house lord. But this is a guru who will end up giving more and getting less gains for him or her. However, the gains keep coming to you, but now the attachment toward that material gains is no more. You have realized truly that my learning is to be able to contribute more, my learning is to be able to share my learning rather than accrue material benefits. So over a period of time, somebody who leaves a strong legacy behind as one of the best gurus, one of the best teachers, somebody who may also be able to leave a strong legacy behind through books, through their own examples, being their own Plato or being their own Socrates also, is a placement when the 9th house lord gets conjunct with Ketu. So friends, now that we have analyzed how the 9th house lord, when it gets conjunct with different planets, will throw up different permutations, combinations and different chances of great gains coming to you through how you apply your learning, how you apply your competence and how you gain from it. Please do look at where the conjunction is appearing, in which other yogas or doshas it is getting assimilated, what aspects are on that particular conjunction, and through that better understanding be able to get the best gains when the 9th house lord gets conjunct with different planets. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me with the links given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.